welcome to another powerful episode of Perimenopause and Beyond, your safe space to understand your body, your mind, and this phase of life with more clarity and less confusion. I'm your host, Dr. Sulbha Arya, your friend, your guide, and your mentor in this journey, helping women navigate midlife changes with awareness, confidence, and a deeper understanding of what their body is actually communicating. Now, if you are someone who feels constantly tired, mentally drained, and like you are as if you are pushing through the day, you are not alone. Many women are always functioning on the outside, but internally, they are dealing with is burnout, emotional overwhelm, and a deep sense of disconnection. And while we often look at this through the lens of hormones and physical health, which absolutely do play a role, but there is also a strong emotional and mental layer that needs attention. And that is exactly what today's conversation is about. I'm really excited to welcome our guest for today, Dr. Mouhiba Jamoussi, who works closely with women on mindset, emotional resilience, and transformational change. She empowers professionals to rise above the challenges and lead with confidence. With a distinguished background as a university professor and department leader, she brings academic rigor and real world insight into her coaching practice. Her areas of expertise is overcoming self doubt, stress, burnout, toxic relationships, and conflict resolution for healthy personal and professional relationships. In today's episode, we are not only going to talk about why burnout happens, we are going to focus on the how. How do you recognize that you are in burnout? How do you regulate your nervous system? And how do you shift limiting beliefs, set boundaries without guilt, and start releasing the emotional load that you have been carrying for years? This is a conversation about moving from constant overwhelm to balance, clarity, and more grounded way of living. So if you are feeling stuck, exhausted, or disconnected, then this episode is for you. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome to the show, Dr. Mohiba. It's such a pleasure to have you here today.
What a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much for the invitation. What a pleasure. I really say it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for introducing me with such beautiful words and feelings. And I'll be more than happy to help our audience move forward, move away from burnout, from limiting beliefs, from whatever doesn't serve them. So, yes, welcome to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohiba. So, Mohiba, like I usually work with women, so today we'll be focusing on women mostly, and women who are undergoing, the midlife changes that are happening. So, these women, I usually see they have this constant tiredness, overwhelm, and they are always almost always mentally drained. From your perspective, what is the reason behind this burnout that they are experiencing?
Thank you for asking me this question. We often say you can only speak about what you know. And burnout, yes, I know. Very few women, I must say, yes, very few women may claim, no, I've never had burnout. And I usually ask, oh, please inform us, tell us how you have avoided burnout. Let me say that my own generation, we didn't know there was a word, burnout. We didn't know it existed. So we would say, I'm tired. I'm very tired. I'm exhausted. Uh, And that's it. We thought it was just being more exhausted than usual. And so when I had my first burnout, I was 32. And you can guess why I had it. I was married. I was taking care of my family. My husband used to go to work at 7, come back at 7. I used to take care of everything. And I had twins.
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful. It's a gift, yes, a double gift. And it also means so many responsibilities. And
Definitely.
right at that time, circumstances made it for me to start a PhD. Can you imagine a full time job, working at home, taking care of kids, and moving on with my studies was rather too much. And too much was too much. And so when I had my burnout, and I say, we didn't know there was something called burnout, I felt funny. I felt more than exhausted. I felt sort of creepy things. I couldn't look at my desk anymore. I couldn't be in my room anymore. My room seemed unfamiliar. And I often refer to burnout like a snake that sneaks into our lives unnoticed, unexpected. And so I started having funny feelings and anyway, total rejection of my PhD. None of it. I would look at my books and say, oh, no. I had disgust. And this is how women who come to me for coaching, being burnout or approaching burnout, would speak of it, disgust. Some funny feeling of being possessed by something you don't even recognize. So that is burnout, when nothing is familiar anymore. And it's not, let me go to sleep for a couple of hours and feel fresh. None of it. It's more serious than that. And it took me 3 months to get out of my first burnout. Because usually you have more than one when you are not careful. Yes.
So, like another very common thing that I have seen is that women are always loaded. They have their work responsibilities, family responsibilities, but they are able to still move past the burnout, as you said, in the earlier years. But it becomes more difficult as they step into their midlife or in their 40s. So, why do you feel it's harder during the midlife?
Very much simpler than we might think is that we accumulate. When we are single and we are going through studies, it's very, very hard, but still we are single. Then we get married. We have a job and get married. We have housework and we are married. Then we have kids. Now it's layer upon layer upon layer.
Can't
And
agree more.
so it's it's nothing like earlier times. And we think it's only because we are more tired. And why are we more tired? Because we are putting one responsibility on top of the other. And so at the end of the day, that's it. We can't cope. And we can't cope, now, second point, at a time when we are, after all, getting tired after years and years of this. And we have less and less energy, less and less time, and very often less and less money because having kids who are now growing up, needing more and more money, having to go to school and needing all that. So it's all these coming together and making it harder to get out of whatever is bringing us closer to burnout. And often women who come to coaching would speak of, I'm stuck. This word is recurrent. I'm stuck. I'm trapped. I'm in a trap. I don't know what to do. That's how they feel with time, yes.
So that was going to be my next question. I was just going to ask you, how do we differentiate between burnout or just a bad phase? So
Yes,
you could add something to this.
absolutely. You know it. But I hope no woman needs to know it. You can avoid it, but you know the signs. I often say burnout is a traitor, comes unnoticed. But with experience and with talking to so many women about their burnout, I've come to realize that burnout does send you signals, does tell you stop it, rest, have a little fun, go out, connect to nature, to friends. But we keep saying, no, no, I don't have time. I don't have money to invest. I don't have. And by doing this, you get deeper and deeper into a state of exhaustion. How do you know it's not simple exhaustion? It's indeed It's more serious than that. It's not, oh my God, I feel exhausted. Let me rest. You go for a couple of hours and you are fresh again. No, no, because you just can't think properly. If you are writing, you can't focus. I've seen, I've seen with my eyes, colleagues try to write and then on paper, for example, and they would go like, throw the paper,
Throw
write
it away.
again, throw the paper, throw the paper. That's not being tired. That is being just done. You can say, I'm done. So if it's intellectual, as was my case, it was because I was writing a thesis. So I could no longer read a word. Done. And many, many people who go for a PhD stop. Maybe 9 out of 10 stop before they could finish. I had the chance of getting rid of my burnout within 3 months. For others, it takes longer. So it's prevention, prevention, prevention before you get your burnout. But once you get your burnout, you know it because uh-uh, you just can't think the way you used to think. Everything is confused. And you have no pleasure in anything, by the way. A lot of people start crying because they are powerless. It's a feeling of powerlessness. Whereas if you are exhausted, you just go to sleep. You lack sleep, just sleep. You want to go out, just go out. No, no, no. It's powerlessness. It's feeling practically possessed by something that is too much for you. That is burnout. That's the
So, when we
distinction.
talk about preventing burnout, are there any early indications or the signs that women should, immediately recognize and start working to reverse them?
Yes. First sign is exhaustion. No burnout comes to a woman who is relaxed and doing not much. So, first, avoid exhaustion, be it intellectual, be it emotional, be it physical. Recognize what it is exactly that is not resonating with you. Recognize what is bothering you in particular. For example, in my own case, it was deadlines. The word deadlines had become just frightening word. I had deadlines for everything. And so, deadlines, I was grading papers. You had to hand them over within 2 days. I was trying to write my thesis. You had to hand over your draft within 2 months. I had to cook for my kids. You had to cook on time. All these are deadlines. Who would say it's a deadline? Cooking is a deadline. It's the worst deadline because you can't wait. You wash the dishes, you can wash them later. You can wash the clothes, you can do it later. Clean the house, no problem. When it comes to cooking, it's now
Now,
or
yes,
now.
there's a time. Why, if somebody has to eat lunch, he has to eat lunch.
Yes,
And we've got.
absolutely. You can't say, we'll have lunch a couple of hours later. No,
Mm.
no. And so these deadlines are frightening. They are your sentence deadlines, daily deadlines, weekly deadlines, monthly. And that's it. Now, when you have this, try to delegate. And I use the word delegate, which is used for work. You could use it for every part of your life.
Yes.
I know men who tell me, I'm a good cook, but my wife never suggests I cook, so I don't cook. Delegate to whoever can help, to refresh yourself, to have some time for yourself. Because little by little, you are giving time to your husband, to your kids, to the family at large, and then to your parents getting older and older, and then to whoever. And particularly people pleasers can't say no. Could you do this for me? And about and you end up doing plenty of things for others. I used to say I was trying to solve all the social cases around me until one day I realized I had become the social case. Because that's what happens. When you help, 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 you all of a sudden need to say, oh, please help. But we have this ego. I have always helped people. How can I now ask for help? Do,
Do.
do ask for help first from yourself. When your body says, I wish I could go out, just go out. Your body tells you, I wish I could just relax, take a cup of tea or coffee and relax. Relax. I don't have time. Oh, yes. Because when you don't relax, you won't have any time for proper work. When you don't relax, you are no longer ready to laugh and make others laugh. So you don't relax. Take that necessary time to relax, and then the whole ambience will be more pleasant rather than you work, 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 moan, groan, or not even moan, groan, and be more upset and anxious. And what for? Is this what you are offering yourself and your family? No. So we women, more than men, we need to learn how to serve ourselves and then be able to serve others. Yes.
Beautiful, wonderfully said. So, here I would like to ask you one more question. Usually, I see that women, when they're stuck in burnout, they keep on repeating the same things over and over again. So, what are the thought patterns that most commonly seen when women are that keep them stuck in burnout?
Brilliant question.
Hmm.
Thought patterns. What we call in coaching limiting beliefs. And each one of us needs to discover her limiting beliefs. Some of us would say, what do you want me to tell them, to show them that I'm approaching menopause, and that I'm getting more and more tired? So what I do is work more so that no one notices that I'm getting really, I'm more and more tired. So I work more so that they don't notice it. Excuse me? What's that? Excuse me? You are more tired? Work less, not more. And that's it. The limiting belief is rather than have them notice that I'm getting more and more tired, and so in my head, I'm aging, I'm getting old. No, you are more and more tired because you've been tired for so long. So
Yes.
relax. That's the first limiting belief. When you are tired, don't work more to compensate, work less to relax and be able to work. That is the first important point, that limiting belief. And the other narrative is this one we should have early in life. Women are not supposed to be housewife and career woman and mother and good wife. A
Yes.
woman doesn't need to play all these roles. She can let it be more relaxed and live a more humanitarian, a more egalitarian life. You can't allow, I call it pick up your socks because I heard a woman say this. I don't have to wait until my 50s to ask anyone around, please put your clothes with the laundry. Don't throw them here and have me pick them up for you. I've heard mothers say, I have to sniff clothes to recognize whether they have been worn or not. What's that? What sort of tasks are we putting on ourselves? We don't need these tasks. We don't. We need, we are how many? Five people in the family. If each one puts their clothes with the laundry, I don't have to carry all these clothes myself. So that's what I keep telling people. That I keep telling women, don't overburden yourself. Let each one take care of themselves little by little so that you never get worn out. I remember visiting a family ages ago, when I was still a student. I went to Britain and it was a family of four, husband and wife, two young men. And you know what I saw? I couldn't believe it. Each one would cook one day. So
Wonderful.
that,
That's such a beautiful thing to do.
yeah, and these were, one of them was a graduate in mathematics, the other was an engineer. So what? Father, mother, first child, second child, each one would cook one day. Each one would take care of the laundry one day. Each one would do the wash up one day. I said, I can't believe it. I come from a culture where the mother does it all. My mom had, yarhamuhallah, had 8 kids and my grandmother with us and my father, and she used to do it all by herself. And she obviously had 10 operations, half of them on hernia. Why? So when I grew up, I started telling my husband and my kids, please do take care of yourselves so that I can take care of you. And
Yes.
so these are ABCs, these are basics. Don't expect me to sniff your clothes to sort out what has been worn and what has not. You sort out your own clothes. So I used to put everything that belonged to one child here. They are all in your room. And my husband's side of the bed, here are your clothes. Do whatever you like with them. Hang them, iron them, do what you like. That's that's your choice. But for one person to iron for the whole family, that's not
Become too
fair.
much. Okay.
You are going to ruin your life and become a miserable company, a miserable companion. Who wants to sit next to somebody who is just finished, done? No, you need to remain fresh like anyone else in the family. This is
So when we
more easily done than we might think. Very easily done.
So, yeah, when we talk about thought patterns, are there any simple techniques that we can use to interrupt when we are getting, when we are going there into that loop?
I'm going to talk to you about a technique which is magic. Magic. It's what I call the three together. It's to lie down, close your eyes, not move,
And breathe.
and breathe. I'm a coach. I've been a coach for the last few years, quite 5, 6 years. But this technique I discovered when I was 18, just came to me like that. Our body tells us. So when I learned about the technique during my coaching certification, I said, oh, I did
Oh,
it
this is possible.
spontaneously.
Yes.
How can it be? Because your body tells you. Your body tells you what it needs, except that we usually say, not now, later, some other time. No. When it tells you stop, immediately you stop.
Wonderful. So, most of the women, they face problem in setting boundaries. What would you tell them? How they can set more respect boundaries more respectfully?
Wonderful question. Wonderful question because I've just said that I discovered breathing in silence, motionless, by myself when I was 17 or 18. Healthy boundaries I discovered just a few years ago. And I said, that's what I lacked in my life. I wish somebody had told me about healthy boundaries because that is an essential concept, absolutely essential in our lives. And we either don't know it or we dare not set healthy
Implement it.
boundaries,
Yeah.
or we tell
Mostly it's
ourselves,
unnecessary. Because
or
we
we tell,
feel we might annoy the other person.
yes, we feel either guilty, we feel, oh no, it's too late, we feel something or another. We need to feel one thing: set healthy boundaries, and everyone around would accept. Because they are not called boundaries, they are called healthy boundaries. And what are healthy boundaries? Are what resonates with you and the other. What you do to serve the other and yourself. So they are healthy boundaries. And as I was saying, healthy boundaries is, please, when I go to sleep, don't wake me up to ask me if whether to wear this shirt or the other shirt. Please don't. It's not feasible. I need rest like any other human being. Setting boundaries, a lot of women either feel guilty because they say, oh, if I tell my kids, don't wake me up when they feel like waking me up, it's not fair. I feel guilty. They are, after all, my babies, and they are 40 years old. And they are my babies. I can't say no to them. Sometimes we need to say no. A no is so healthy when said appropriately. The other one is fear, and that is more dangerous. A lot of women tell me, I wish I could tell my husband, but oh my God, he would be so angry. I say, excuse me? No one is supposed to be angry when communicating with the other. So say it's a suggestion. Please don't get angry. I'm going to suggest something that is healthy. Good for you, good for me. Some men smoke in the bedroom. Smoke in the bedroom. So I say, no, don't your husband, he can't smoke in the bedroom. He needs to go out or needs to go further away from you. And she would say, no, he wouldn't like it. He would say, I'm comfortable smoking in the bedroom. Yeah, but you're not comfortable if you get cancer later or sooner rather than later. Don't do this. Ask him out of respect for your health to do it. No, 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 he would get too angry. No problem. He needs to be coached on this. Some people cannot, some people do it themselves. They can learn things by themselves. They can learn things from others. And if it doesn't work, they need to be coached. Someone like this needs to be coached to learn limits, healthy limits to his own freedom, so that his wife would continue loving him for his values. And values is something that I cherish more than anything else.
So, usually the burnout, when we talk about the burnout, females think it's we are talking about physical burnout. But here, I want to address the emotional buildup that has been happening for years. So, what are the simple ways in which a woman can start releasing the stored emotions that are there within them?
I think the first is to be proud of emotions, because there's a limiting belief. Emotions are weakness. Emotions are typical of women. Emotions are lower you down. No. When you respect your emotions, others learn to respect them. And emotions are often, I've often said, my tears, which so many people have seen, are my pride. I'm a human being. I am humane. And so when I cry out of pain, I'm telling the other, you have hurt me. If I go like, how is the other to know that she has hurt me? I allow my tears and say, you have been saying something wrong to me. That's the best warning sign to the other. If I keep my head down and just go on doing things, the other is going to think, well, I'm okay, I'm fine. Release your emotions whenever they come to you. They are your transparency. They are your pride that you are frank, you are honest, you are transparent. You can see my inside out. And so when I cry out of joy, out of gratitude, and say, oh, thank you so much, I have tears in my eyes, it tells you how grateful I am. And if I love you and I say, you've been so good to me, you would notice my eyes, the color of my eyes is already becoming different.
Yes.
Yes, I want to tell you how moved I am. And if I'm cross with you, you will see my tears.
Yes.
Never keep your emotions. They are part of you. They are the best of you. They are the inner side of you that needs to come out. And rather than you putting them down, and then exploding one day, no. Let them out little by little as they come. They come naturally to you. Let them out naturally to you. And so never keep them. Never keep them. Yes?
So this is about like when it is happening, you are saying one should let out the release the emotion as in when. But if it is like piled up from a long time, what are the things that they can do to, and there is nobody else to address them, then how can you on your own release your emotions, the build
Again,
up? Yeah.
yeah. Again, excellent question because my response was number one, never keep them inside. Now, what if you have already kept them inside? No problem. It's like with healthy boundaries. Start today. Start today. What is it that you are feeling today? You're not going to go back 20 years back to remember all your emotions. No, too late for that. Forget it. We start fresh today. What is it you want to tell the other emotionally? If you've never told the other, be it your own child, how much this child means to you, say it. Express it right now, right here. I don't think I've told you how much I love you. You mean a lot to me. I've always been thankful for having you in my life. Some women will say, oh, this would surprise everyone, including me. No problem. Good surprises are always good. You've never told your husband how grateful you are for him having a smile on his face. Just that. Thank you for having this smiling face. I've always appreciated your smile. The husband is going to say, is she talking to me? No problem. No problem. He will learn little by little that, yes, you are talking to him. Now, that's easy, you would say, easy, easy, with nice emotions, with emotions that would flow easily. What about anger? Anger, too, is a good emotion because it is expressing exactly the way you feel. And so, you've never told your husband that it would be nice, and your kids, it would be nice if they could just pick up their plates and put them over there. First step. Don't overdo it, otherwise they won't like it. So, could you please, when you leave the table, put your plates over there so that I don't have to carry all the plates? Oh, we've always done. No, today is a bright new day. Please do it. This is what we call baby steps. Whenever you enter the will to change yourself or your environment, do it little by little, and no one would notice it. And so, next time round, now they have learned to pick up their plates and take them over there. I was thinking the other day, maybe each one of us should do the washing up, and we do it in turn. What about this? What do you think? No, no, we don't like the idea. Well, I do. I do because I've been doing the washing up by myself for all of us for 20 years. Well, but too late. Nothing is too late. Starting from today, I will wash my plate if you do not wash yours. And
Yes.
funny enough, people learn much more easily than we think. I've heard people say, even girls, daughters, not necessarily, uh, well, my mom likes washing up. Who likes washing up? Come on, you must be joking. Who would prefer washing up to meditation or walking out or connecting to nature or watching a nice documentary or film? Who? Who? It's a myth to claim that women love cooking, love washing up, love washing the. No, they don't. They just pretend so that you can pretend you want to have to rest and relax. No, they don't. They don't. So be frank. When you are transparent, and this is not a theory for me, it's a practice. When you are transparent, maybe you shock a couple of people, and then, okay, they go away, no problem. And you don't shock people who are close to you, people who love you. They say, oh, poor thing, I never realized she was so tired. Now you realize it, work on it, and act on it.
Wonderful.
Easy.
So powerful. Actually, this is actually the crux that I was looking for. So, women usually feel exhausted and stuck most of the time. So, what is that one small step that you can give to our audiences who are present here listening to this, even the replays,
Yes.
that will help them shift their state within, the next 24 hours, within a day?
I love your questions, Dr. Salma. I love your questions. So easily, they come to me. What is that step? Very simple. A woman would have spent her life asking the others, what is it you like? What is it you want to eat today? What can I do for you? For once, she would sit down and ask herself, what is it I want? What is it I wish for myself? And
Yes.
this is so personal. If I were to ask myself this question, I would say, go swimming. Except that I went swimming yesterday. So my family would say, don't exaggerate, don't push it too far. We went with you yesterday, not today. Okay, I say, I'll wait. So what am I going to do? Watch a documentary, watch the news, because this excites me. Not every woman. I get all excited to know what are the latest news. You see how personal our way of relaxing is. I relax when I watch the news because I'm learning, I'm being better informed. Oh, I see why this is happening. This gives me a lot of joy to know, even if these news are horrible. But knowledge is never horrible. For me, aha, I'm learning something new. For someone else, they would say, oh, please, no news for me. Don't go there.
Proceed.
No, don't go there. Never see the news if they stress you or makes you anxious. Don't. What is it you want? You know what? I would love to make a cake. Make a cake. Make a cake. It makes you happy. I have a friend. We used to be grading papers, and she would say, I want to make a necklace. I say, necklace? Oh, it's going to take so much of your time. We don't have time. That would relax me. Go for it. What about you? I'm going swimming. That's what I say. I go swimming, I move into the sea, out of the sea. I feel clean. You know, clean from head to feet, totally, physically, emotionally, intellectually cleaned up. That's me. That may inspire women to say, funny enough, when I draw, I have the same feeling. I take my brush and start drawing, and funny enough, I'm in heaven. Beautiful. Don't impose anything on you. You have been imposed so many things. Just choose. Choice is a key word. And you would be surprised how much choice you have. When women come to me for coaching and they tell me I am stuck, we go little by little, little by little. What choices do you have? I have none. Oh, let's visit all the possible choices. Yeah, it's true. I have this. I can do. So we turn all the I can't into, after all, yeah, yes. And they brighten up and they say, yes, I can do this. Of course I can do that. And it's this, of course I can do that, that we celebrate together. That is
Yes.
celebration. Yeah.
And every small step counts. Every step brings you closer to your happiness, to your inner calm, to your clarity, to a better you in general. So thank you so much, Mohiba. It was a wonderful, deeply insightful, and a very practical conversation for every woman out here. Your ability to break the
Thank you.
burnout into something that women can, actually relate with and
Yes.
understand, and more importantly, they can work through it, is truly empowering. I love how you
Thank you.
brought focus back into very simple yet actionable shifts, whether it is regulating your nervous system, setting boundaries, or becoming aware of the patterns that keep us stuck. They are not just simple ideas, but these are the tools that all of you can start using right away. For those
Uh,
who resonated with this conversation and would like to explore Dr. Muhiba's work further, I'm sharing the link where you can get in touch with her in the comments below. And if today's episode made you realize that what you are experiencing is not just stress, but a deeper mix of hormonal, emotional, and metabolic changes, then it's time to move to awareness and to clarity. If you are a midlife woman feeling stuck, exhausted, and unsure where your body is going, I invite you to book a free one on one consult with me, and let's understand what's driving your symptoms and create a structured, personalized path forward. Links are given in the comments below. Do revisit them, and if there's anything that you would like to ask, please drop that also in the comments below. I and Mohiba will do our best to answer your questions. So thank you so much for watching today, and thank you, Mohiba, for such a beautiful conversation.
Thank you, and thank our audience. Thank you so much. And you've used the keywords, two keywords, which we have used for a book I have co authored, Simply Becoming. You've used the two words, simply becoming. You can become a wonderful world, a wonderful woman in a wonderful world by simply becoming in the simplest way.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much for this great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.